Hello and welcome to Weird Ass History with Becca. My sound might be a little weird. I promise next time I will have an actual microphone, or at least headphones with microphones. My current plug does not work, so everything I use has to be used with Bluetooth. I wanted to start this channel because I have recently realized that, well, to put it simply, history is fucking weird. And a lot of the weird things that are in history we don't actually learn about in school. And so lately I've been binge watching the YouTube channel Weird History, and I've been doing some of my own research on some of the things that I want to learn about, and some things that I just want to talk about. So follow me, subscribe, comment, tell me what you want to hear about. And if I can do some research on it, I will try, and I will try and do videos on it. But yeah, so subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. I will probably also have a TikTok about these things in shortened versions and maybe in like several parts depending on how long they are. Today's story is kind of a short one. I didn't really want like a super long one for my first video, but it's about the one-man invasion of Sark. This happened in 1990, and ever since I heard about it on Mysteries at the Museum, I've just been fascinated by it. I think it's hilarious, and I just think that it's something that more people should know about because it's so interesting. I do want to start by talking about the island of Sark. At this moment in time, the population of Sark is about 610. They've been mostly autonomous until recently. Sark does have a long history. They were originally occupied by the Uneli, which is I believe it's pronounced Gaelic tribe, or Gallic. They were conquered by Julius Caesar in 56 BC in the Gaelic Wars. In 933, Sark was included in the Duchy of Normandy, based on the traditional boundaries of the Lugdunensis Secunda, along with the Archbishopric of Rouen. Following the Norman conquest of England in 1066, the island was united with the Crown of England. During the Middle Ages, Sark was largely populated by the monastic communities, and by the 16th century, the island was basically entirely uninhabited. No one lived there. However, during that time, it was used as a base of operations for pirates. In 1565, Helier de Carteret, Seigneur of St. Wen in Jersey, received word that Queen Elizabeth I granted him Sark as a fief so long as he kept it pirate-free and populated the island with at least 40 men that were either her English subjects or swore allegiance to the crown. He did so. He rented 40 parcels at low rent, which at that point was basically just build and maintain a house and provide one man armed with a musket per household to defend the island in case there was any piracy. Those 40 parcels are still there today. There's been like some minor adjustments on the sizes and boundary changes, but those 40 parcels are still there today. In 1844, incumbent Seigneur Ernest Lepelli obtained crown permission to mortgage Sark's fief to local privateer John Allaire to fund the silver mine, which was running out of money. Unable to maintain the payments, Lepelli's son, the new seigneur, was forced to sell the fief to Mary Collings for £1,383. And during World War II, the island was occupied by German forces between 1940 and 1945. British commandos raided the island several times. Operation Basalt captured a prisoner, and Hardtrack 7 was a failed British landing in December 1942. Sark was liberated on May 10th, 1945, a full day after Guernsey was. So again, the one day that I want to talk about is very short. There's not a lot of details. It's the one-man invasion, which happened in August of 1990 by a man named André Gardes. Andre was a retired French nuclear physicist, and he believed that he was the rightful heir and seigneur of Sark. I can't find a lot of information on Andre. I can only find the information that was given about the day that he invaded. He was armed with a semi-automatic rifle, and he put up 2 posters in the town, basically declaring that he was going to take Sark the next day at noon, and he was trying to get people to join him. The next day, he started a solo foot patrol in front of the manor in battle dress with a weapon in hand. While he was sitting on a bench waiting for noon to arrive, the island's constable approached him and complimented him on his weapon. This was Constable Paris. He was the only lawman on the island and was a volunteer. 600 people in the population, and there's only one lawman, and he's a volunteer. There's not a lot that goes on this island. So a lot of people are believing that this man thought that Sark was just an easy catch. So after the constable complimented this man on his gun, he started taking it apart and changed the magazine basically to show it off and show him how cool it was. And while he did that, he was tackled to the ground and he was forced to serve a 7-day sentence in Guernsey. And he attempted again the next year, but was intercepted in Guernsey. When the constable saw the posters the night before, he thought it was strange, but he decided to take the threat seriously. And he decided on a 2-stage scheme, which was to find the man, which he did, and then to engage him, which he did. And the gun that was used in the coup now sits in the Sark Museum with some old ships and one of the island's 2 original telephones. And like I said, it's kind of short. There's not a lot of information more than that. It was only a 1-day attempt with 1 man, and that's all the information that there really is on it. But it's one of my favorite things because it's just so funny to me. I understand that they only had 1 guard and 1 police officer for the entire island of 600 people, but this man really thought that he was gonna be able to just come in and take over a whole island. It's so funny to me. It's so funny. But yeah, I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. There will be more. I have a lot of ideas written down. Just to give you a few, the history of eating mummies. Catullon, which she's a descendant of Genghis Khan. She's really cool. I want to do the Boston molasses disaster. And yeah, many, many more. I have a lot of ideas. So